Hello, once again, SillyCows. Nick here from SillyCowGaming, and today we have some nice Noshar Canals footage again. I know I've had something like this before on the channel where I run a weird-ass loadout or I do some weird thing while playing on Noshar Canals, just because it's such a fast-paced mode. I want to keep the action exciting for you guys. So that's what I did. I picked this map, and I decided to run with a really weird loadout, which kind of works, which is really kind of surprised me. At the beginning I don't do too hot, but once I get the hang of it, I start to go on a couple kill streaks. I think get a triple kill in there or two. But basically what I did is I grabbed a rifle scope and Bipod and slapped down the FAMAS. I also put in a heavy barrel at the beginning, switched to a laser sight for close quarter situations, and I had a magnum as my sidearm. And I was running as the medic class, of course, because that's what you have to run as. And I just had squad cover, just so I could get those long range shots with an assault rifle. And at the beginning, I wasn't too hot with it. I was getting accurate shots, but I wasn't knowing how to position myself with this gun. When you use this gun with these attachments, the gameplay is a lot more different than you would expect. Normally, how I play is I run around, but I also camp and I hold positions when I'm under a lot of fire. Now, I also depends on how I'm using the gun. When I use the FAMAS commonly, I like to go from cover to cover, but the cover usually has to have only one area where another enemy can come at me. So that's why I play on maps like Noshar and Damavan, where they're always going downhill or they're always going one direction because they have only one spawn, stuff like that. That's why I don't really use the FAMAS all that much. Now, I have unlocked everything on it. It's been the gun that I've been using a lot lately, and I really just love that fast rate of fire. One thing, though, it does take some getting used to is the recoil, which is one other thing I like about the FAMAS, is that using the FAMAS, you can really learn to be a better player at Battlefield. You learn how to get to cover, reload at the right times, aim down sights while shooting, hip fire while shooting at the correct moments, and you also learn how to recoil manage. You're not really taught how to recoil manage right off the bat. It's nothing that's ever mentioned in any tutorial or of any sort. You just kind of have to figure it out yourself. When you use the FAMAS, you definitely learn that a lot because it's such a fast-firing gun that you want to do it. Now, let's say it's a really far, long-range target. You want to burst fire it, but on this loadout, if I'm taking out a long-range target, I just set up my bipod, or in this case, it'd be kind of medium range, and I just shoot him with all my power. And it works really well. Now, the rifle scope, or I might have said ballistic scope earlier. Sorry. The rifle scope, which is 6x zoom, is kind of annoying, but on the FAMAS, it can work, and the FAMAS's recoil is quite bad because of its high rate of fire, but at the same time it does work surprisingly well with a scope that does not let you see your peripherals. And you know, I have no complaints about that. It's just that it's kind of surprising and that this loadout can actually function. It should not, but it does. So basically what I was focusing on is I like to go from cover to cover in this video. I go from one spot to another spot to another spot because I need to make sure that I can reload once I get started getting suppressed by like maybe a sniper or another assault rifle out there on the field, or if I need to set up and just take out guys as they come. The other thing is that you have to, while using this loadout in particular, you kind of have to be a little bit smarter than your enemies just in general. I like to sit back and aim down corners where they don't think I can see them. That's the one way that helped a lot. Another is when you are in CQC combat, close quarter combat, you do, or it's just CQC, whenever you're in CQC, or close quarter combat, sorry, you want to just rush them. You have to figure out how to maneuver them, and you have to know what to do. You just really have to rush them and jump around and know what you're doing with close quarter combat. Now, I'm not the best at close quarter combat. I know a lot of people who are, and I'm learning every day now. But close quarter combat can improve your long range, so not saying you shouldn't play close quarter maps, just at the same time, you have to know what it's improving, and it just kind of teaches you how to move better. It also teaches you how to find cover a lot better than you think, because you're reloading a lot, but at the same time, you have to find cover to reload. So anyhow, this loadout really will help you with just about anything you're trying to do. Now, it will not let you perform the best, not at all. It will just teach you how to perform the best when you're using your best gun. Now, personally, the FAMAS as a weapon, let's put aside the weird-ass loadout I have going on here, is a very good weapon. I really do like the way it works and how fast-firing it is, and how I can use it at long range and medium range and all sorts of ranges, just because, you know, I can. It's not like there's anything that's stopping me. It's an absolute beast. And if someone gets like a couple shots on me because they're using an M16A3 and they're at range, and I'm just sitting back here, just unloading into their faces, it really does help, like that I can just turn around and hip fire them even if they're at medium range. And with this loadout, you really do learn how to use the laser sights a lot better than I thought anyone could really ever use the laser sights. But yeah, the FAMAS, like I said, really good weapon. Now, I plan on releasing a video later down the road of me using the FAMAS to defend on Damavan Peak, which is a very good rush map. And it's really good to use the FAMAS as a defensive weapon as well as an assault weapon, but I personally like as a defensive weapon because I find my spot where I like to peek repeatedly, and I just keep firing and firing. I normally run with the Cobra sight, foregrip, and heavy barrel like I should with almost every assault rifle. Sometimes I take out the heavy barrel and put in a flash suppressor, maybe a laser sight, depending on my situation, which is one of the purposes of having those other attachments by my side, is that if there is a better situation for it, I should probably be adapting to it. So that is one thing. That's why I really like the FAMAS in general. Really nice weapon, really diverse, and really interesting to use. Sorry, I just kind of blanked here, but one thing that I'm hoping is that when the FAMAS does go into the next update, they do reduce the not rate of fire. Well, maybe they should reduce the rate of fire, but they really need to reduce the reload time in not the next update, but in Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, I'm really hoping that they make the FAMAS a little bit nerfed, to be honest. It's my favorite weapon personally for being the fastest. I think that they should keep that in because I can go on triple kills all the time with this. Just from head to head to head. M240B needs to be nerfed as well, but in Battlefield 4 they really need to nerf the FAMAS. The FAMAS is an absolute beast, like I said, at almost any situation, and it will teach you how to be an absolute beast at any situation. In the right hands, you're always going to win with the FAMAS. But then again, you do have to have it in the right hands. If you don't have it in the right hands, it might take a bit to get used to. The other thing is I do like that the iron sights are terrible on the FAMAS, and that it takes a while to level up, but those who do level up the FAMAS are rewarded. And I'm sorry if you do happen to hear an airplane in the background, but those who do choose to level up the FAMAS will be greeted with lots and lots of attachments that will help them out on the battlefield, which is why it is one of the best weapons, like I said, in Battlefield 3. Now in Battlefield 4, the trailer came out on E3, and they've only shown, I believe, a couple assault rifles, a couple guns, an LMG, an assault rifle, and I think an SMG type gun, maybe a carbine. I don't know. It was quite interesting, the Battlefield 4 release trailer. I'm just decided to switch over to that because personally I have 15 minutes of gameplay and only 7 minutes in on the commentary. But yeah, I definitely do like the FAMAS, and I really hope that in Battlefield 4 they make it kind of the new M16A3, so I don't feel like I'm a hipster kind of using it, because it really is the best weapon when you use it and get down to it. But you have to be wanting to use it, because it's not a logical weapon to use based on its statistics and the way it functions with its low ammo capacity. I think what they should do, increase the ammo capacity, maybe even a little bit higher, maybe like 35, maybe 40 for all I care. But they need, and reduce the rate of fire maybe by 50 rounds per minute. But if they want to, and then reduce the reload time also. Make it a little bit less, but I do like the idea of that when you unload the whole chamber, since it's such a fast-firing weapon, that you get punished with the fact of having a long reload time. So I think they should extend the long reload time and decrease the short reload time. I mean, I know that's not the best way to go about usually nerfing weapons, because it does piss off people quite a bit, but I do like that theory. The FAMAS is so good, and it's already too buffed, but I think it should become a new standard instead of a new really good gun that you can't tell is good. Similar to the L85A2. The L85A2 and the FAMAS don't sound like they work similarly because they're total opposites. They're both the one upside is that they both have very good accuracy. I know the FAMAS is spot on where its bullets, low bullet spread. Same with the L85A2. But the L85A2 fires at a really low rate of fire. I think it's like 500 rounds per minute, something like that, maybe 650. Something really slow. Really accurate though, and really, it's just a spot-on gun. High bullet velocity, everything. When you have the FAMAS, you have high bullet velocity, but it's fast. So the only difference is really the recoil, and if you can recoil manage, the FAMAS can beat anything. L85A2 is basically one of the best guns out there if you're up for slower gameplay, and I really do like the L85A2 for slower gameplay, but I can't stand it on Noshar, of course, because it's not slow gameplay. So that's why I pull out the FAMAS on maps like Noshar and Damavan and Metro. Not Metro, because Metro you need a large ammo capacity. stuff like that. But I pull up the L85A2 when I want to go in long range situations such as Bandar Desert, Operation Firestorm, stuff like that. Really good weapon though overall, both of them are. And they're so diverse, and you can adjust them to work how you want them to work. The FAMAS, slap a laser sight, slap a foregrip, and slap a reflex or cobra sight, one of the RDS sights, and you have a close quarter beast. Slap a heavy barrel, a foregrip and or bipod, and a ballistic rifle scope. You have a long range motherfucking chainsaw. It's crazy at long range, surprisingly enough, because of its high accuracy. But no one really puts bipods on assault rifles, so it's kind of interesting gameplay, which is why I decided to do it. L85A2, you can do similar things. Make a close quarter beast, make a long range beast, because they're both really accurate guns. A lot of the bullets land, low cone of fire, really easy to use. Another tactic you need to use whenever using a high-powered scope, quick tip, is European hip firing. What you want to do is you want to zoom in, shoot while zoomed in, or aiming down sights, and then just pull out of the aim down sights, and you will see that, you might see this a couple times in the video, the crosshairs spread out. They get really small and then start spreading out to their maximum size, but they do not start at their base one. They start out smaller. They start at the ADS cone of fire, and they slowly spread instead of just starting at the running cone of fire, and then it starts spreading really quickly. But when you do European hip firing, which is aim down sight, shoot, do not stop shooting, no burst firing at all, and then let go of the aim down sights, or your right click button in most cases, then you should be good to go for close quarter combat with the high powered scope. Just a quick tip for, just a quick note of advice to you if you wish to go down that path. But yeah, like I said, Battlefield 4 has been recently going through some major updates. We saw the multiplayer reveal, and a lot of things have changed, and I see that the recon is some form of C4, which makes me say, the recon class has been buffed. And there was no sign of defibrillators inside the trailer. So, does that mean that the medic class has completely lost it? Or does that mean it's not something that is an option, as maybe you switch the defibs for a medic kit, or maybe you switch the defibs for the M320? One of those two, because it does seem that the M320 and the medikit can be held at the same time in the new trailer. Another thing I saw in the trailer is that you can press backspace to go into battle log, which is very necessary. It's actually been kind of pissing me off that I can't. Fraps likes to destroy itself when Chrome is running, and I have a lot of Windows pinned to my Chrome, something like 15. And if I have Chrome running just so I can use battle log, it doesn't exactly help my gameplay. So, with battle log being integrated into the game, I'm really going to like that. It's going to be a huge, nice feature. Counter knifing, I think you guys saw that if you watched the trailer. I'll also link the trailer in the description below. And it was absolute beast trailer if you watch it. It's really intense. It's not a trailer, it's a gameplay. My bad. Really intense. They have a commander mode too, which I'm kind of iffy on. I like the idea that you can play on iPad though. I mean, I don't own one, but I think that's really unique and kind of lets you, for the true nerds, gets to play a lot of Battlefield no matter where they are. By the way, it's 4:20 right now, not the date but the time. Just thought I should throw that in there. But yeah, it was absolutely fun running this loadout. I just went on to Nashar Canals, slapped together some random stuff together, and slapped together some random attachments onto my FAMAS, which I knew I was going to use. I was actually preparing for another video, and then I was like, wow, this is really freaking hilarious. I can't see half my screen because of this giant scope, but I do like the gameplay. It was really fun. But yeah, guys, if you do enjoy this gameplay, give it a like. If you really enjoyed it, go and favorite it. Comment below, give me feedback you have. Maybe another commentary I should do on, maybe more specific. I kind of just did all this together randomly. I felt it was something necessary. I am posting every other day, and hanging with Nick is something that I know a lot of subscribers. I don't have any subscribers on this channel quite yet. Hopefully I will eventually though. Hanging with Nick is not something I'm looking forward towards for much more anymore, unless it's something that is a game that I really want to play. But I'm mostly posting Battlefield. We'll be getting back into PlanetSide, like I said in the last video. And we're going to be posting some tank and air gameplay soon, and hopefully some unique tactics that you can use. But this FAMAS gameplay was pretty intense, pretty fun to play, and I think you guys should try it out on Nashar Canals. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, like, comment, favorite as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.